Well, would you look at that? 9 years after the sequel, half a decade in development, an original release date in 2016, another release date in 2017, and a few more delays that pushed it into a 2018 release window. After all of that, Crackdown 3, a game series made famous for selling millions thanks to being the only way to access a Halo multiplayer beta, is finally going to be released this Friday. But let's be honest, this game, it's probably already completely screwed.
Yeah, sorry, crackheads. We know this is going to piss off a lot of you, but it almost appears as though Microsoft is kind of just trying to slip this one out without anyone knowing, like a silent fart that ends up filling the whole room with a horrible stench. Mm-hmm. So where to start? Well, the game is free with that Xbox Game Pass thing, which isn't necessarily a bad sign because they're doing that with all the projects published by Microsoft. So at this point, that's not really something to give it shit for yet. What we can tell you about the game itself, though, is that even though the Xbox has had multiplayer capabilities throughout multiple versions of its consoles over the last 15 years or more, you're not going to be able to play Crackdown 3, a multiplayer game, with your friends when it launches.
Gas. Over the weekend, during a technical test, people started noticing that you couldn't invite friends to a game or start a party together and then join the game together. Confused by this, considering that pretty much every game that has had multiplayer mode since online multiplayer was introduced to the gaming landscape, users then went to express their concerns on the official Discord server for the game. They thought, hey, maybe it's just because it was a technical test of the game and the feature was disabled for some reason, even though by that time the game was due out in a week, so not really an excuse. Nope, though. Someone from the Crackdown team confirmed via the Discord, no, Wrecking Zone does not support parties and will not at launch.
Cool. The validity of this seemingly ridiculous claim was argued about online, but it was actually confirmed by Microsoft through various outlets in the days that followed. One rep who spoke directly with GameSpot confirmed that you wouldn't be able to play Crackdown 3 with your friends when the game goes live, but they indicated that it might be enabled sometime in the near future, saying, "Players will soon be able to take full advantage of the Xbox platform's party features so they can experience the fully destructible environments in Crackdown 3 Wrecking Zone with friends. We're always looking for ways to improve our fans' experience, and party functionality will be enabled with an upcoming title update along with our soon-to-be-announced post-launch content."
We're always looking for ways to improve. And we were looking all over. We looked left, we looked right, up, down. We couldn't find that people would want to play a multiplayer game with their friends. It was right under our noses the whole time.
Everyone plays games to get away from their friends. Why would you want to play them with your friends?
You guys don't want to play with your friends. Come on. Microsoft knows you better than you know yourself.
You guys are nerds. You don't got any friends.
Now, keep in mind, again, this game, it's been in development in some form for at least 5 years.
Wow.
The game was originally supposed to be released, an actual release date, almost 3 full years ago.
Whew.
Also, it's fucking online multiplayer with friends in a game that's supposed to feature multiplayer. You don't just forget to enable that. And if you somehow ran into some kind of technical trouble that made it so you couldn't play with your friends, you'd imagine that bug would be pretty goddamn high on the priority list. I mean, even described in the details section on the official Microsoft Store page for the Wrecking Zone multiplayer mode, it says, "Test your skills in the all-new Wrecking Zone, an explosive 5v5 multiplayer competition where destruction is your ultimate weapon against friends and rivals."
New friends.
The real friends are the ones you made along the way.
Also, those new friends, you won't be able to play with them again because that would require matchmaking.
Well, luckily there's only going to be about 15 people playing this game when it comes out, so maybe you will see your friends.
Yeah.
That's really how they're going to solve the problem. If we make the game terrible enough, and then don't tell anyone when it's coming out and just kind of sneak it out, then no one will be playing it. So the chances of you playing with your friends, pretty high.
It's brilliant.
I know. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take a step back and say, brilliant.
Microsoft does it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also about that destruction. Well, one of the main selling points for the game over its excruciatingly long development cycle was its promotion of the power of the Microsoft Cloud, which would allow the game to utilize 20 times the computational power of your Xbox One so that you could experience unrelenting destruction and mayhem. This was all listed in promotional material from the game, shown off all the way back in 2015, 2 full years before they were to release the Xbox One X, which is undoubtedly more powerful.
Yeah.
And even back then, they kicked off this promo material by telling people that Crackdown 3 would feature 100% destructible environments.
100%? Now that sounds like a lot.
That's all of it.
You would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, they said 100%. In a video uploaded by YouTube channel The Red Dragon, they do side-by-side comparisons between what was shown back in 2015 and what the game has evolved into now, just before release. And let's say, it seems like Crackdown 3 has been hit with a huge downgrade because it looks like it's severely lacking in that whole 100% destructible category. The video plays similarly to one that we've previously seen regarding Sean Murray and the whole No Man's Sky debacle, where interview footage is shown with in-game footage that highlights the level of destructibility that was possible 4 years ago. And this is compared to footage from 2019, where everything is either chunky as hell, or in some cases, no destruction of the area is possible at all. Apparently, buildings can't fall into each other anymore, and bullets no longer leave impressions in the game. Like, you can't shoot bullet holes into walls or the ground, like what was actually shown off previously 4 years ago. The last thing, shooting bullet holes into stuff, that's something that a ton of shooter games have included for years.
Yeah, you could do that in GoldenEye 22 years ago.
Wow.
So essentially the game just looks incredibly dumbed down from what was pitched, and sure, they might be able to fix some of the problems with patches, but the fact that this is being published by Microsoft, has been in development for years, and they can't even get online multiplayer with friends working properly is a pretty big problem.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're confused by the supposed fandom for this game.
Supposed.
In the first place. I've never met a Crackdown fan IRL.
Nope.
They're just Russian bots.
I've never even heard people talk about it in real life.
Yeah.
Except for when I played the Halo beta.
Yeah, I don't think this is real. Anyway, yeah, it's confusing. Someone wants this, but of course, maybe we're being a bit more harsh than we'd typically be. But just to reiterate, I'm sure this game was fun at one point to someone out there who actually exists. But it only has a shred of a fan base because it was literally the only way that you could access the Halo 3 multiplayer beta when it was released, which is genius marketing. But how can you build a whole franchise off of that all the way to a trilogy? Guys, this has gone far enough. Will the newest edition be the death of the Crackdown series? Well, we're not sure, but it looks like they've cut a lot of corners, and the press so far, not great.
Hey, but you get it for free with your Game Pass, so you might as well download it, I guess, if you want to try it. Let us know how it is.
I just don't understand
the point.
Why the gaming industry repeatedly thinks it's a good idea to promise a bunch of shit years before a game comes out. Like, just don't even promote your game. Just release it. Just be like, hey, new game, Apex Legends, boom.
Oh, don't get it too glowing because we do talk about it at the end, and I want people to think we're sponsored because they keep saying that. It's just a good game.
I wish I was.
The thing is, the thing that's going to be odd about this specifically is the metrics on success, because technically, Crackdown 3 will have sold as many copies as exists the Xbox Game Pass. But in reality, the reality that we all live in, it is available for sale, I think. So how many copies are going to sell at $59.99 of this game? I don't know. Who are you, crackhead? Who are you? Anyway, speaking of bad news in the gaming industry, after a month of rumors that probably destroyed a lot of people's lives while working, this was, of course, the rumors about Activision and Blizzard, that there would be layoffs. It was finally confirmed today that that was happening when Blizzard went ahead with the firings following a, I guess, less than lucrative year than they'd probably hoped for, and definitely a far less than positive response from the community regarding their roadmap for potential releases. It's impossible to obviously pin the blame for all of this squarely on the shoulders of the Diablo mobile game fiasco, but I'm sure that didn't help.
Yeah, I woke up today to a notification from my stock app that Activision Blizzard was at a 52-week low. The graph is just utterly depressing. It's like,
yeah. So they also announced the firings like right before their earnings call.
Yeah.
I woke up and was like, oh, I'm going to hit up my 3 friends that work there and make sure they're okay. I think 1 is not, and 2 are quoting them, crossing my fingers and toes.
Cool. Yeah, there were reportedly layoffs at the other companies that include mobile game dev King, parent company Activision themselves. But it looks like Blizzard, they got hit the hardest as they announced that they'd be reducing their staff by 8%, which comes out to around 800 people who are now out of a job. In a note to staff obtained by Kotaku, the president of Blizzard, J. Allen Brack, said the following. Over the last few years, many of our non-development teams expanded to support various needs. Currently, staffing levels on some teams are out of proportion with our current release slate. This means we need to scale down some areas of our organization. I'm sorry to share that we will be parting ways with some of our colleagues in the US today. In our regional offices, we anticipate similar evaluations subject to local requirements. And this is in spite of the fact that on the earnings call with investors, the CEO of Activision Blizzard was quoted as saying, "We once again achieved record results in 2018. And that's why you're all fired, baby."
Whoa, hey,
Yeah.
thanks for a record year.
Pack up your desk, winners.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Hey, we're a family here. And I'm kicking you all out.
Yeah.
You're 18 now.
Yeah. If you can vote, you can get out of my fucking house.
Yeah. That's nice.
It sucks. Now, this all follows the thousands. I think it's up to, with this, it would be close to 3,000 layoffs recently.
Real bad year for employment in anything digital.
Yeah. So this is, of course, about all the other digital media companies, mostly coming from entertainment. It's now making this whole thing into an even bigger job apocalypse, as the market in digital entertainment is flooded with tons of extremely talented people, but a lack of jobs to put them in. Now, for their part, the gaming community has been far more responsive than other mediums, with people who work for gaming companies that actually do have positions open, reaching out via social media to post links to openings at their companies. So that's nice.
Yeah, there's still not enough.
We got 5
slots to move around.
Fight to the death for them.
Yeah, they did. No, they did this when Telltale shut down, and it was like, it's always nice seeing people looking out for each other, but it's still just like a fucked situation.
I was the lead game designer in World of Warcraft. How does social media manager sound?
Hey. Want to be on our street team? You go around with stickers, put them on bathrooms.
You're gonna set up a bus out in front of the Warp Tour and hand out CDs with our game printed on it. Anyways, you can't help but feel like we're watching some kind of corporate implosion within digital entertainment right now, which also makes us personally feel like we dodged one hell of a bullet.
We dodged a lot of bullets.
And also, thank you for watching our show and supporting us financially via YouTube membership or Patreon. If we hadn't gone solo 8 months ago, we would have 100%, and I can guarantee that, unlike Microsoft, unlike Microsoft, I can put it at 100%.
Yeah.
We would have been fired when the channel was shut down.
Yeah.
So, yikes, and also thanks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I'm telling you, it's gonna be the rise of indie devs and like the downfall of like the corporate entities, like a Bungie getting let go from Activision Blizzard. That's probably gonna be a good thing in the long run. If at this point, it's like, if you're a Respawn Entertainment, which we're just about to talk about, what are you doing at EA? Get out of there. But at this point, they can't, because EA's like, oh God, it's the only thing.
Yeah.
You and Madden, you're not going anywhere. And FIFA, get over here. I saw you walking over to Europe, FIFA. You get the fuck back over here. We got cards to sell.
Also Star Wars.
Yeah, but Star Wars didn't sell shit on the last round. Or, yeah, I mean, it did, but not to what their hopes were.
Yeah, so whatever. Let's look at some positive news. Shake all that negativity off. EA, they're riding some goddamn lightning right now.
Yeah.
Actually, no, fuck that. We're not really fans of EA, as you might have guessed. The real praise here should be on Respawn Entertainment, because they did all the work.
So thanks for nothing.
Yeah. Thank you, EA's payroll department, for making these people get paid.
Yes.
Yeah, Respawn is riding some goddamn lightning right now, because in just 1 week, Apex Legends went from non-existent to now having 25 million active players, which is pretty goddamn incredible in such a crowded market, especially with Fortnite still existing.
By the way, Fortnite finally responded publicly to the claims that they were stealing dances, and they said, no, we didn't. First of all, they're like, it's actually not exactly the same, even though clearly it's the same. And then secondly, they're like, you can't copyright a dance move. We saw it on the internet. So
It's on a blog, dude.
Anyways, Apex, it's been on the top of the Twitch games list pretty much since it was released. And it doesn't show any signs of stopping, especially after Tuesday's Twitch Rivals event, which had some of the biggest streamers on the platform going after a huge prize pool. Numbers during that event, all things combined, was around 700,000 people just watching the game live.
Wow.
So, for their part, YouTube hasn't even put it on their games list. And because we did a stream of it yesterday, and you can't find Apex Legends on the game list. And Fwiz responded last night and was like, man, what a terrible time to have a bug in the system. It's a bug in the system. We're working on it.
So many, just a lot of bugs over there. Repeated bug problems over at YouTube.
My question is, like, okay, either it is a convoluted mess or it isn't behind the scenes, like, you know, plugging in the correct wires to get a game to pop up on the server.
I stand by my original theory that YouTube is still technically being run off of the like 2002 era like compact Presario desktop.
Windows ME.
Yeah, the original, because before it got bought by Google, it was just run off this little desktop computer, and Google bought it. and has just been plugging more shit on top of it.
Yeah.
So the heart of YouTube is just some dusty old computer that no one's been able to get to for years.
When the processing bug happens and your like video won't process, they're like, Roger, can you get the fan?
Get the fire extinguisher in the fan.
But no, to me, it would be like, no, this probably, I mean, okay, maybe if you're adding like 10,000 games at once, but there's got to be a way that you just go in and go, doot, Apex Legends.
Yeah. Yeah. Like even one of those like useless emails like we used to get, it was like, here's your daily trends.
Yeah.
Oh, Apex Legends has 25 million people playing it. Let me just double check that that's even listed on our games list here at
just do it once over.
YouTube.com.
They've got to have employees, right? The damn AI screwing up again. That monkey with his damn hammer. He just won't nail the game into the category.
Why did we trust a monkey to run our website? Jeez, this is a terrible idea.
We thought we could train the monkey after it fixed so many problems, just like the AI.
Wow.
Anyways, yes, you've already heard us praise the game, so we're not going to do it again. You all think that we're sponsored by it, but I would just take some Apex coins.
Yeah, I'm not even good at this game. In fact, I'm terrible.
I got to win today.
But I have fun with it.
I was champion today, and I got last kill, so I feel pretty good. I'm still riding the high. That's why I'm talking about it. So yeah, it's just refreshing, I guess, to see something come out of nowhere and just completely shit all over the competition, just because of the fact that it's good and it plays well.
It's a game that nothing's broken with it.
Yeah,
it runs nice.
I downloaded it on the Xbox, and guess what? I couldn't believe how smooth it ran. We're not sponsored by them.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to shut the fuck up about
we're not
Apex
going to say it anymore.
Until you fucking pay me.
We're not going to say one more fucking word.
Give me some of those.
Give me the coins.
Give me the coins.
Give me the coins.
Whatever. So, hey, while you're not playing Crackdown with your friends, why don't you check out some of our other recent videos? We got 2 new episodes over here. We've got a weekly weird news about a little bit of blackface and also killing animals with your bare hands, and a news dump about bad ideas.
Hey, speaking of blackface,
bad ideas all around.
Speaking of blackface and cougars, Katy Perry made some blackface shoes, and she's in trouble.
Yeah, I saw those shoes, and at first I was like, and then when I saw the shoes, I was like, oh yeah, what the fuck?
They're just ugly. Anyways, check those out. Hit up our Patreon by using the link below, or become a member of the channel by hitting the join button below the video, because we don't want to have to lay ourselves off. Mm-hmm. You're the
send myself a very sad email.
Yeah, you're the stockholders, so sorry, no profits yet. See you tomorrow for a brand new episode of Tech News Day. Bye-bye.
Bye.